You better.
It's got oil in it, so make sure you
It ain't coming off. It's still on.
Oh, bro.
How is it still on?
Bro.
It's still on.
So if anything, Clancy's good at making a mess. Set it upside down in that tray.
I'm gonna rub this all over Mom. I hope she knows that.
Okay, guys, welcome to today's video where we already recorded an intro, but it was in slow-mo.
I don't know how our camera got into slow-mo. That's almost the second video that was ruined today because of slow motion activation on there. So, but yeah, welcome to the Bar 7 garage. And today we're going to do Clancy's very first oil change on his square body pickup here. So if you've been following along with us, you know that we put in a brand new crate 350 made by Blueprint. We bought a fully dressed engine, meaning it had, you know, the alternator, the power steering pump, the AC compressor, the water pump, the belt, everything was on it, the spark plug wires. Now we've done a few things. We've changed the spark plug wires, a few other little minor things to kind of just dress it up and clean it up in the engine compartment here. But we've got, how many miles do you have on it, Bub?
500.
So the break-in period is 500 miles. I think we've got a little over that, maybe 550. But so today we're going to go in and do our first oil change, or he's going to do his first oil change. So we'll kind of show y'all how we're going to do it, and y'all can tell us how we're doing it wrong. So
Did you brush your hair today?
no,
Me neither.
I put my hat on this morning to go mix feed, and never went back in the house. So
Well, I see you're still wearing those boots. Everybody keeps asking you how you like them.
yeah, so I'm on about, I've had these brunch for about, I don't know, 45 days now, and I probably wear them 4 days a week, 5 days a week now. If I'm not wearing my handmade boots to town, I'm wearing these around the place here. I in fact like them so much and am so confident in the way that they fit and they feel that I bought my uncle, who's terribly particular about his feet and the shoes he wears. He can't hardly find anything that he likes. I bought him a pair and sent them to him, and I did that for a couple of reasons. Number one, these things fit right out of the box, so you don't have to worry about a break-in period. Number two, if for some reason he didn't like them or they didn't work for him, they've got a 30-day, no questions asked, money back, and they pay the freight both directions. So there's no chance. I mean, if he likes them, he keeps them. If he don't, then at least I get my money back. And I mean, they're comfortable. And I didn't really believe the hype that I saw all over the internet until I got a pair, and I'm so grateful that I did now because they're pretty awesome. So y'all check them out.
So if you want...
This particular one is the Marin 6-inch top. Clance has the 8-inch top.
And if you want to give them a try, check the link down below for $10 off.
All right.
Get to work.
Get to work. Let's get to work. All right. So the first thing we're going to do is Clance is going to get under there and drain his oil. He's going to open up the drain plug on his oil pan.
This is the fun part.
And then we're going to take the oil filter off. So what we're going to do here, I'm pretty sure this pickup holds 5 quarts. So, but it also calls for high zinc. It needs zinc and phosphorus. So we're going to be adding in some Zinc Plus here from Lucas Oil Products. Not sponsored, just what we got at our local CarQuest auto parts store. We got a CarQuest oil filter, and we're going to use Valvoline 10W30 motor oil, which is what Blueprint suggested we put on there.
I'm glad you didn't get the Quaker State.
Why? People say Quaker State's no good?
Yeah, I got reamed for using it on my car the other day, remember? You didn't see those comments?
I didn't, no. So the other thing I'm going to do, a kind of little tip we picked up from Nathan the other day, the Kirby Smith mechanic who came out and did our first service on our track loader, is we're going to write the date and the miles on this oil filter so that we know when that was done. So
Oh, that's a good idea.
what is today? Today is the
8th.
8th. I got a red paint marker because I didn't know. Number one, I didn't know what color this filter was going to be, and then lots of other filters, like on the tractors and stuff, they're black or gray or blue. So I thought red would work
Well, it's
fine.
a good thing you didn't get white.
I didn't get why specifically exactly. 718.
Y'all went over miles.
Went over a little bit, so we're gonna. Do we want to write? Yeah, it had 718 on it when we did it, or do we want to write where it needs to be changed at?
What did y'all do on your talk?
I can't remember. I think we ought to write how many miles it had on it. That way,
Yeah.
you can look and see. Okay, it's had.
Yeah, do it that way.
That's what you think too.
Yeah.
Is this what they did in the old days when we didn't take our cars in to get oil changes? How do we
I don't know.
remember back then?
Everybody just knew because it was the old days now.
So everybody kept a record in their truck. So we wrote it on here. 10/8/24, 718 miles, and I'm gonna write it on the bottom here just to be sure too. So 10/8/24, 718 miles. We're gonna set this over here and let it dry for a second.
Wonder where that kitten's at that's whining.
Right there.
Well, maybe it got left behind. Oh well.
Right there.
So do I need to? Where?
Well, let me just close its eyes.
Oh. So do I need to go under there now to get this footage?
Yep.
Well, I don't have a garage shirt on.
Okay. Well, I'll go under there.
I could go get one.
Go get you one then. That way you can get on the creeper.
Okay.
What?
Yeah.
You're not getting.
Okay, so this particular oil pan has a, what is that, a 13/16 bulb?
Yep.
Yeah, 13/16 plug in it. So you want to find whatever is the right size for your plug, and then you're going to take your oil plug out.
I hope this don't turn out like old boys that you showed me yesterday.
Who's
Once you start it, you ought to be able to just use your fingers, and if you're slick,
You don't get oil on
you
you?
don't get oil on you. Yeah, Clarence is going to get oil on you because he's got his hand under it instead of above it. But
Oh, I can't get above it.
I'm just messing with you. Try to keep it. Don't drop it. This is where you find out if you're slick or not. Don't drop it and make sure the oil goes in the pan.
How long is this thing?
You should have seen Grojacks. Did you see Grojacks the other day?
No.
He was almost quick enough, but not.
That is.
I don't know, but oh, well, you spilled oil, but
All over the floor.
No.
yes.
What are you talking about?
So I can tell from looking up here that oil, it had a blue color to it when we put it in, and I can still see that blue color from up here, so that's good. So I'm going to go ahead and crack the top of the valve cover. That's not necessary if there's not that much suction in there, but all right. So the next thing we're going to do is go ahead and pull the filter off.
I need a oil filter wrench.
Filter wrench, it's right here. Remember, righty tighty, lefty loosey, and this thing will. Oh, this one don't move.
I'm replaying all the videos from that TikToker you introduced me to yesterday in my head as you're saying these things.
Where's it at?
Well, I just pitched it down there on the ground. You see it?
Yeah, you didn't give it to him, so.
So here, let me.
Let's see.
What's that guy's name?
I don't know. Oh, working with Dad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, all this is replaying in my head right now. You need me to come do it?
Yeah, Mom, you gotta do here. Come on. I'm serious. I would love for you to do it. There it goes.
Some vehicles have a top mounted oil filter. If you just take the cap off and it's got a canister in there, so you just pull the filter out and stick it back in. This pickup has a regular twist on filter.
You better-
It's got oil in it, so make sure you
It ain't
can-
coming off. It's still on.
Oh, bro.
How is it still on?
Bro.
It's still on.
So if anything, Clance is good at making a mess. Set it upside down in that tray.
I'm gonna rub this all over Mom. I hope she knows.
Okay.
Why was it not coming off for 27 years
It's
after
got a
I...
long deal on here, Mom. Hand him that to wipe his arms off with. Alright. Now, I'd prefer if you didn't have oil all over your hand, so make sure you get it kind of wiped off good.
Y'all are gonna have a big mess down here to clean up.
Dad's cleaning this up.
All right, you're gonna. So, okay, guys. So we've got our oil filter here. You know, we've already marked the miles and the date on it. So the next thing we're gonna do is, and this is kind of one of those things. I think it's probably personal preference, but I know there's gonna be some people that say, no, you got to do it this way. No, you don't. But
I know what it is.
What?
You gotta rub oil around the thing.
No, you absolutely. That's not a matter of personal preference, but you want to be sure and put oil around this seal right here, so that this rubber seal, so that when it screws up there, it makes a good seal. But what I was talking about is some people choose to fill their oil filter up with oil before they put it on. Some just start pouring it in and let it run in there. I like to fill it up, so I'm going to go ahead and pour some oil in the filter.
What? I thought it was was it on a GrowJack video or on that Working with Dad video? And they were like, somebody was saying they don't know that this is necessary.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that it's necessary, but it's just what everybody's always done forever. You always just put your little oil on there.
Around here, at least.
So is that what color the oil was when y'all put it in?
No, that break-in oil from Blueprint is blue.
Oh, well, it's green now. It's like greenish, brownish.
So we're going to just
Can you
fill.
turn that light off while I'm sitting down here without any video on me?
Bro,
Makes my head hurt.
sorry, I'm videoing right now. I cannot
We're going to
fulfill
go
your
ahead and
request.
do this just because I think it's.
So can I put the plug back in yet?
Is it quit draining?
It's just dripping.
Yeah, you can go ahead and put the plug back in.
I don't even know what it is.
Do not, you need to record this. Do not over tighten your plug when you put it in. It means just, you need to get it hand tight and then just, maybe a quarter or half a turn. It is not, you're not trying to 400 foot-pounds of torque on that thing. You just want to get it tight so that it's not going to back off on you, and then it's good. You don't have to, like the words of my friend Derek, we're not friends, but maybe one of these days, you don't need 2 Ugga-Duggas on it, not even a half, maybe a Ugg or something. So, all right, so we got
Who's your friend Derek?
from Vice Grips Garage.
Oh my gosh.
So we got nearly, 3/4
Now
of
it's running in a stream.
3/4 of a pint in there. Do what?
Now it's running in a stream again.
It is.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened.
Well, it's just ease it out of there. Since you're already under there, I'm gonna put some oil on the O-ring for you, so you don't have to try to do that while you're under there. Okay. So you're gonna have to hold it straight up. You got it? Okay.
Oh, I'm just smooth with it.
There you go.
You didn't spill a drop.
Get it up, hand? Okay. So we got that guy tightened up good. That looks good. We need to
Check if that's tight enough, you think.
Well, first thing, take your rag and wipe that off some, so we can see if it's. You want to be sure and check for leaks and stuff under here, which we have a leak under here, but it's from the transmission, not from the engine. That looks like it's tightened up good because it's kind of getting that little plastic washer to collapse a little, so I think you're good on that. We'll know when we start putting oil in it. We'll check it and see. Everything else looks good. Sometimes you can take you a rag. Are you recording or not? Mm-hmm. You can take you a rag and spray some brake cleaner on it and wipe that off just to be sure you've got any oil and residue off of it so you can keep an eye on it and make sure you're not leaking anywhere else. So, okay, so we've got that taken care of. Next thing we're going to do is jump up there and start putting some oil and stuff in. All right.
Mom, where do you think you put your oil in at?
Where you put oil in?
Where?
I can't get up and look. I don't feel good.
I thought I told you to sit in the chamber, bro.
Do we need to carry you up to the house?
Mm-mm.
What do you need? Valve train protection?
Yep.
For maximum protection, use 1 full bottle with each oil change.
Okay. Then what's it say?
Not recommended for using in passenger cars requiring API, SG, SJ, SL, SM, SN, and post 1994 vehicles.
Well, you're pre 1994, so you're good there.
May cause damage to catalytic converters.
You don't have that.
I do it this way so that it doesn't
Glugga. So, somewhere, more than likely on the valve covers, like where Clancy's at, you should have a spot to add oil. I mean, there's going to be a spot on every vehicle to add oil. So, this truck, I think, takes 5 quarts. So, we're going to put, we've got nearly one in the, here, use this one first. We've got nearly a full one in the filter. So, we'll add this one now. Did you just spill that everywhere?
It fell.
Okay, don't drip oil all over everything.
I didn't mean to. It fell down.
Hey, well, just then you picked it up and shaking your hand everywhere.
It's not funny, okay?
Where's the lid for this one?
You took it off when you handed it to me.
The blueprint motor, or the blueprint oil that we got when we first started the truck, that we used the break-in oil, it came with high zinc content in it, so.
That lid is over here.
Alright, I got that lid in for the one. If I need to.
I need a what?
Good
I
gosh.
swear. See, is it just me?
No, it just falls over,
Oh,
dude.
okay, well, quit. You got it all out. You don't have to. I mean, you got it all over you, dude. And you're just pouring it down a hole.
This is why I'm never having kids. Because of me.
I ain't having no more either, I promise you. You want me to open it for you, or you want to open it?
No, I know how to open a bottle.
Okay, I'm just asking you.
Not 5 years old.
I can't tell. You've been pouring that oil in there like a 5-year-old.
I've been doing it the professional way, thank you very much. Did you know Elvis Presley used to be in the military?
I did. Did you know
did
your
not know
great-grandfather was part of his detail at Fort Hood?
No, he was not.
Yes, he was. Pretty sure they got that. Papa's got pictures of it.
He's not my great grandfather. Oh, you mean his dad? Okay.
Yeah, thanks.
Well, whenever you say great grandfather, I think of the one that I know is alive.
Pop?
Pop, yeah. I mean, and I was like, he'd never even been in the military, I don't think. Unless he hasn't, I don't know about it. He was in his detail at Fort Hood.
When Elvis was at Fort Hood, my granddad was part of what I was always told was he was part of the guys that drove him around and stuff. All right, so let's give it a quick little.
We need one more bottle.
We don't need all of it. I think we only need half of it. But let's check check it right here. So that's right at the full mark.
Oh, I didn't video it.
But
you need to wipe it off because that could be.
But we haven't cranked
before.
it, so.
Well, that could be from before that too. You always double check your oils, guys. You know why?
Wow.
This is my only complaint with this Blueprint motor so far is it's pretty tough to get the
Dipstick.
dipstick back in the right spot. So when you check your oil, you want to look on both sides and see where the level is. So right here, we're right at the full mark on both sides. So, but you don't want to check it there. We know we got plenty of oil in it to crank it now. So we'll crank it, let it build up some oil pressure, and then we may have to top it off with a little bit more. So here's a prime example why you pay attention to what you're doing and you don't spill the oil everywhere. There's oil soaked all over that header wrap right there, and that's what's smoking. And it's going to smoke like that for a good long while until it burns all that oil out of there, because this young man wasn't paying attention to what he was doing.
I was paying attention. It just
So
came out.
So you purposely poured it on.
I'm just saying. I was paying attention, but it just slipped.
Okay. So now check your oil and let's see where it's sitting now. You want to hold the bottom of it so it doesn't flick oil everywhere. That's the top.
I know. My arm doesn't go that far because I'm short.
Well, you might want to move over.
Or come get the step.
You can't hold. Okay. Here's a teaching moment. Let go.
If you hold it like that, it runs down.
When you pull it out and you hold it up like this, the first thing oil does is runs down, so you don't get an accurate
Well, if you
read.
hold it like that,
you have to hold it flat
Okay.
so that you can see.
This is the one that counts anyways.
You always, the 4 times you've done it your entire life?
Yes, this is the one that counts. You always dip it, wipe it off, and then dip it again to get the accurate assumption. So that's like right here.
The other thing you can do is look at it from the side. You've got it in there so many different.
Really? Blame it on me.
Well, you can't just drag it up there all lollygagging around either. I mean, you gotta.
He just did it fast to show.
So now look, you see the difference? Here's your oil level here and here. You see it?
Mm-hmm.
So you're still distant. You need a half a quart, which that's what I thought we were going to need. So you need half of that. You got that straight where it looks good? Do you have that straight where it looks good?
Yep.
Okay. So now you need to
It's
check it one more time.
he completely opposite of straighted it now.
All right.
You said.
All right, guys. So to finish this video up, once you've got all your oil in, you've checked everything, you've cleaned everything up, crank your truck, let it run for a few, or your car, let it run for a few minutes, kill it, check it again, make sure everything's where the levels are neat, where they need to be. Don't overfill it, but don't underfill it. Make sure you're right there on that full mark, and you'll be good to go. So, I guess the last thing I want to say is we're not licensed mechanics, so don't do anything we said here. Just do whatever you think's right. But let us know what you do differently. Y'all keep wrenching, and praying, and we'll see y'all next time.
And eating.
And eating.
Boom! Slammed on the fingers.